What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's Josh. So today we're going to be talking about life. On my kind of videos, or what I primarily want to talk about is just bettering oneself, because I believe that's the most important thing in life, is bettering yourself. That's when you truly have life figured out, because at the end of the day, it's you versus you. It's not you versus your mom, or you versus your dad, or your brother, or your sister, or that one friend down the street. It's you versus yourself. And in every battle and in every situation in life, it's you versus you. Getting up for that job you don't want to go to, going and hitting that workout you don't want to hit, getting up and meal prepping for the next week, eating better, going for that run. It's you versus you. Accepting failure and learning from it and to keep going, to not give up under the slightest bit of inconvenience, to push yourself beyond limits that you never even knew were capable. The point of what I'm trying to say is that it's you versus you, and it always has been. The purpose is you. And there's so many people that walk this earth that are just draining themselves of their potential. Us as humans were created in God's image, and that's powerful. We can go so far with that. Not only are we creators, but we can think of something, we can envision it, we can see it, and we can make it happen. Look at the world we live in today. It was all created by man. God created us in his image, and we are creators. So create the life you want. Create the life that you believe you can achieve. And it's going to be lonely. And I'm going through that awkward stage right now where I just graduated and I'm figuring myself out very quickly for my age. And I think everybody hits that point at a different time in life. And what I've noticed is that it takes suffering, it takes going through pain, through hardship, through trauma to find yourself. You won't find yourself by sitting on the couch. You won't find yourself in comfort. You find yourself through challenges, through discipline, through doing things you don't want to do. Is who and how you find yourself. Dissect your brain in those hard moments, in those moments where you don't want to get up. Think about it. Think about, is this who I really am? Is this temporary comfort worth the rest of my life? Is it worth my goals? My mind is so set on, I want to set generational wealth for my kids and my kids' kids and my woman. That's what I'm focused on. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I don't care if people think I'm crazy, because a lot of people do. And I've gotten a lot of hate along the way. And to be honest, that's fine, because I know that I'm figuring myself out. I know I'm going to a place that very few people go. I know that I'm doing things that very few people do. And that's what's so powerful to me. It's real and I feel it. Things I go through is just, I've gone through, just even at such a young age. All those things you've gone through, all the things I've gone through, that should motivate you. It's real. Face it. There's always that voice in your head that's telling you the right things you should be doing and the things that you shouldn't be doing. You have two voices. One's constantly seeking comfort, and the other one's constantly seeking the life that, like, that envisioning life. Like when you just close your eyes and you envision that future you want. Say it's, a nice car, a nice house, a beautiful family. When you envision that voice is so small, though, you have to exercise it like a muscle. You have to build it up. But you're going to have this loud voice right here that's going to be like, be comfortable, be comfortable, be comfortable. You shouldn't have to get up early today. The bed's warm. You're tired. You just had an argument. You don't feel good. It's raining outside. Like, that voice is always going to be there trying to dissect you of your potential. It's there for a reason. It's a test from God. He's seeing if you're really, truly wanting to become who you are. He gives you a choice. Every day, you're given a choice. Several situations, you're given a choice. Who do you want to be? If you fail yesterday, you got a new chance, a new time today to become who you want to become. Man, and this has really been something that's been sticking with me so deeply recently, is if I mess up, really, and we're all going to mess up, it's part of it. But the important thing is when you mess up, bouncing back from it. Because if you're just strictly relying on motivation, the slightest bit of inconvenience will set you off your path. But it's when being disciplined doesn't. What I mean by this is, I messed up yesterday. I ate out. I skipped the gym. I have not done that in a very long time. I was so disappointed in myself. And I'm not saying that you can't enjoy yourself, but that's just not me. Like, yeah, I enjoy going out sometimes. I enjoy, having a burger and fries or whatever, but usually I would use the gym to like balance that at least. But I'd even do that. Yesterday I declined as a person, I feel like. But I feel like God puts us through those trials for us to learn from it and become stronger. He did it because he knew today I had the choice to make. Well, I can just let that failure like outlook the rest of my, months, weeks, years, whatever, or I can bounce back from it and come back even harder and like realize like, hey, I messed up, but I have to keep going. That's where a lot of people fail. They rely on this little spark of motivation all the time. But motivation's only going to get you so far. Because when the slightest amount of inconvenience hits you, you're going to give up. You're going to fall, you're going to stumble, you're going to hit the ground. It's bound to happen. But the important thing is getting back up. Being like, okay, I screwed up. I understand how I screwed up. You dissect it, you learn from it, and you face it and you fix it. And you become better from it. That's what it's about. Every day going a little bit further. And I've asked myself this question a lot, and I'm sure a lot of people have too. Maybe you have. What's the purpose of life? It's a very controversial, very broad question, very broad answer. But if I was to sum it up, I think I'd sum it up in two parts. Number one is being discovering one's true potential and finding oneself. So, what I mean by this is discovering who you are, figuring out who you are, and becoming the best at whoever you want to be or whatever you do. Second part answer is, which kind of really ties in and really goes hand in hand with the first answer, is living the life God wants you to live. So like before you're even born, God has this life laid out for you. The best person you can possibly be, he has that laid out for you, and he has the worst possible person you can be and everything in between. You have a choice here. You can be the worst person, you can be semi okay, you can be okay, you can be kind of okay, or you can be the best version of yourself. And in this life, you have the choice to choose. I want to be here, and I hope you want to be here too. Because this is the ideal life God has for you. So not only should you discover who you are, but become the best at who you are. At whatever you do, become the best at it. Outwork everybody. Find your motivation, find your purpose, find your discipline through that other people aren't willing to take it to the lengths that you're going to take it. That's what it takes. It takes being so exceptional. And the competition nowadays is so little. People don't try. They give up under the slightest amount of inconvenience and pressure. People are so brainwashed. And I ain't gonna lie, I've struggled with myself too. I find myself scrolling, wasting time, seeking comfort. We all do it, okay? But this is something that I've struggled with too, that I want to share because maybe it'll help other people. Is when you mess up, it's really hard for like me, at least. I don't know about other people. I think other people struggle with it too, to just own up to my mistakes. I have a really hard time doing that because it damages my pride and ego. But I think when you get to a point where you can just own up to your mistakes, you become such an unstoppable person. And that's what I truly want to work on with myself. And that's what I think other people should work on as well, is just owning up to their mistakes, owning up to their failures, their faults. Because more and more nowadays, no one wants to take responsibility for anything. They want to dodge it. They want to run from it. They want to misplace blame and anger. Just own it. Own it, face it, fix it. Become better. Those kind of people that you can trust, that that will own up to it, that will fix it. Those are the kind of people you want around you. You don't want somebody that just wants to make excuses, wants to dodge the blame. No one wants to be around that person. Don't be that person. Be that person that's going to do everything in their power just to fix it, to become better, to be loving, to be patient, to live like God, most importantly. Guys, I just wanted to get on here and share some thoughts. Thanks for listening to me rant a little bit. I want to start uploading more because I feel like it's part of the path God's putting me on. And I couldn't stress this one last point enough. God's there. He's waiting for you. He's listening to you. And everything he puts you through is for a reason. So accept it, love him, and just smile through it. Because honestly, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like I think back to like all the traumatizing things I've been through, and it's beautiful because the way it's built me, the way it's laid out my foundation is so beautiful to me. Like I wouldn't be who I am without all of the struggle in my life. And I think you could say the same. We are who we are through pain and suffering. That's why I believe it's not all that bad. You become a better person through pain and suffering. Example, the gym. You get in shape by suffering in the gym. It's just cool. It's just something to think about. I mean, I've like been manifesting this video for a while. I just finished up a 5 mile run and I was thinking about what I wanted to say, and I've been thinking about this video for a few days, and I finally sat down and I'm finally making myself do it, and I'm happy I did, because it's good to get these thoughts out, and it's good to be relatable and to help people. um Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this. I promise there is going to be more basketball content coming soon. I've had tons of people tell me that I should be recording. Not enough people do it. If I do the basketball content, because we hoop every Wednesdays and Saturdays, I think, what kind of content would you guys be interested in? Would it be like more of like, would you guys like to see it live? Would you guys like me just to record it and like edit into something cool? Like one-on-ones, fives, like what are you guys wanting from that? And what would be the most entertaining? So I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.